In this example, we have carried out a comparison where we looked at some measurements before and after a treatment. So this indicates that we had a two-sample paired t-test. And we want to know whether there is a statistically significant difference between the before and the after treatment. And in this case, we are not asked to calculate a p-value. We can make a decision whether there is an effect by calculating the confidence interval. So first of all, what do we know about the experiment? Well, we know that the difference in the means that we have, so mu1, that's the after the treatment minus the mean before the treatment, that has been given as the mean of the differences, that is 6.32 millimeter of quicksilver, and the standard deviation for this is 10.16 millimeter, and we know that we have a sample size of 16 people that we've tested. And what we need to do now is we need to find out what is our confidence interval, and our null hypothesis, H null, basically says that the confidence interval contains a difference of mu1 minus mu2 of 0. If our confidence interval contains this difference of 0, then we know that the drug has no effect. So how can we do that? Well, we know that for the confidence interval for the mean, the difference of means, we can calculate that as mu1 minus mu2 plus minus the margin of error. And in this case, the margin of error would be t times the standard deviation by the square root of n. So we can very easily plug in our numbers. So here we set for the, no, it doesn't want me to move around. So here we have the difference here, that is 6.32 millimeter, plus minus the t value was 2.31, that's here, plus minus 2.31 times 10.16 millimeter divided by square root of 16, and that gives us 6.32 plus minus 2.31 times 2.54, if I've done my calculations correctly. And this will give us 6.32 plus minus 5.87. So we can now calculate where we are fairly confident that the difference between the two means is located. So if we do that for a lower bound, so that would be 6.32 minus 5.87, and that gives us 0.45. And if we do the upper bound, 6.32 plus 5.87, and that gives us 12.19. So we assume that the true mean of the differences is somewhere between 0.45 and 12.19. So now the question is, if our null hypothesis, so if H null is true, that means there is no difference between mu1 and mu2, then the value 0 would be included in the confidence interval that we just calculated. Now we see that 0 is not included. 0 would be located around here. So 0 is not included. That means actually that our null hypothesis, we therefore can say our null hypothesis is rejected. And this means that there is a statistically significant difference between the before and after treatment. So we can say the drug does something, although in this case we have not tested if it lowers or increases the blood pressure. So I hope this makes sense, and thank you for watching.